Hello and welcome to the Paint Basket newsletter. So for the past few months I've been working on a new paint basket for a new decade. I figured, seeing as we're moving into a new decade, let's give everything a nice new fresh look and we can get a nice new fresh start for the new decade. So it's going to be quite exciting, all the changes that I have been doing. So you have noticed that I've been missing for 3 months. I've been working really hard in the background and I think you're going to be super excited with the changes that I've made. So the first of those is this little newsletter. With Dennis being retired, it's just me in the business. So I've decided I want to make things a lot more one-on-one, a lot more personal, with more interaction between me and you, so that my entire focus is on getting you to improve your art. So that's what all the changes that I've been doing is about. So the first thing that you'll notice that I've done is in January I sent out a survey and I asked you, what do you want? And I've got some fantastic feedback from that survey. So I've got a bigger list of stuff that I want to go through today, showing you and telling you what I've implemented from that survey. I got over 500 responses from the survey, so I have a really good idea of what you want me to do and where you want me to go into the future. So with that in mind, I have made, let's take a look here, a good 10 odd changes as it is. It's quite a bit, but I'm going to do my best to keep this video as short as what I can. So the first thing is you're going to see a lot more sort of short off-the-cuff videos from me, like the one that you're seeing now, over and above just the normal classes that I record. So I'm not usually one that chats freely in front of a camera like this, so it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me. So that's why I've got all my notes. Alright, so I've given the whole studio a full makeover. It's got a lovely new look. I'm going to give you just a quick little overlook now so that you can just see what it looks like. In a separate video, I'm going to do a full tour of the studio. You can see we'll open up all the cupboards and so on. You can see exactly what it looks like. It's really looking good now. My studio computer, he bombed out on me just as the lockdown started, so I haven't been able to do any classes as yet for that. I'm expecting him to arrive within the next day or so. They have now luckily lifted some of the restrictions on the stuff that we can buy. So my beautiful new computer is on its way. It's nice and powerful, so I'm looking forward to that one. I'm not using it yet, but I've got myself a nice new microphone system which I bought. With the tests that I have done in my office, the sound is beautiful. So I'm looking forward to plugging that into the new computer here in the studio so that we can do some really nice classes this decade. So what I want to do is I want to make the Paint Basket a lot more interactive. I know at the Paint Basket website we've got the forum. The problem with the forum is it's quite old and they are developing it, but at such a slow pace. It's actually becoming more and more obsolete. So we're going to have to drop the forum. So what I have done is I have bought some fantastic new software that's going to allow us to not only at the Paint Basket have a forum-like interaction, but I also want the guys at Online Art Lessons to have that same experience. At the moment at Online Art Lessons you can just sort of on the class page post your picture and I'll comment on it. there's no real discussions and chatting happening, and that's really bothered me. So I've got this awesome new software. I am busy setting it up. It's huge. It's very similar to Facebook. If you know how to work Facebook, this is going to be a breeze. You're going to have your own profile where you can post pictures and so on. There's going to be the forum bits, and we can create groups where we can chat on different topics and so on. Just like it works on Facebook. So if you know Facebook, this is going to be a breeze. I am setting it up. I'm not finished. It's a heck of a lot of work, but I'm getting there. So that'll be available soon. And the way it'll work is whether you're on Paint Basket or whether you're on online art lessons, we'll all be able to chat to each other in one place on this new system. So that's going to be really exciting. I don't think I'm going to be able to bring over all the information that we've got on the Paint Basket forum. I did look into it, but it's just too complicated. That old system is just too outdated. So it seems like we're going to have a fresh start on there. We'll see how it goes. Alright, let's see what's next. Along with this, where Paint Basket and online art lessons can log into the same place and chat. For the same reason, with just me in the business and not Dennis around anymore, I want to consolidate a lot of things. I've got my Art by Nolan website where people are doing classes. We've got Paint Basket, we've got online art lessons, and I've got a few other little websites. I'm going to consolidate a lot of those. So we'll just have Paint Basket, and we'll just have the online art lessons websites. The reason for that is, with the survey, 2/3 of you said you like to buy your classes, and 1/3 of you said you prefer to do the whole membership Netflix kind of thing. So I'm going to keep those two websites. So the guys that are with Art by Nolan, I'm going to bring you over onto the online art lessons membership. So you'll join us over there, and then we'll take Art by Nolan, and I'm going to show you how to create your own website to market your art and stuff. If you're obviously now into that, we'll get into those kind of details later. So we'll have the Paint Basket will still remain for those who prefer to buy their classes, and online art lessons will be for those guys that prefer to pay as you go. Alright, let's take a look. Then you'll see that there's stuff like the challenges, which is at Paint Basket. And then I'm adding other tutorials at online art lessons. So the Paint Basket guys miss out on the tutorials, and the online art lessons guys miss out on the challenges. So all those kind of things are now going to be taken off there and put onto this new Facebook kind of system. So everybody will have access to all of that. We'll all do the challenges together, and we'll all be able to see the little shorter and text kind of tutorials that I am adding as well, which is additional to the classes. So they'll all now be in one place for everybody to see, not just some for you and some for you. Now it's all together. So I think that's going to work out quite great. In the survey, I asked you what medium do you prefer to work in, and as expected, it was quite even with the spread of mediums. There was one, however, that did stick his head out above the rest, and that was acrylic painting. And 10 years ago, I would have been surprised, but now I'm not surprised at all, actually, because I think people are moving away from stuff like oil painting, which takes a long time to dry. We live in a very instant society nowadays, so that's why I think the acrylic is becoming a lot more popular, because you can zap it with the hairdryer and carry on to the next stage. You don't have to wait for it to dry for a week or two. So it makes sense that the acrylic goes ahead of the rest. And I must say, even me myself, I've been working more in acrylic than I have in oil or any other medium for that matter. So yeah, I think that works out quite nicely. So what I've decided to do, I am going to, the next most popular one was now the oil painting and then the pencil. So I am going to continue to do acrylic painting classes, and then I'm going to do some oil painting classes as well, because the techniques are the same. So it caters for both. And then some days we'll do maybe an acrylic underlayer, get that dry, and then do nice fine blending and stuff with the oils, which doesn't quite work so well with acrylic. So sometimes we'll mix the two, sometimes be the one, sometimes be the other. And then I'm also going to do pencil drawing classes still. I feel pencil is the foundation of all art. If you're good at your pencil drawing, it helps you with whatever other painting style, whether it's oil, acrylic, watercolor, pastel, it doesn't matter. If you're good at pencil drawing, it helps all the rest by a mile. So we'll continue with that. So I do realize if you are working in watercolor or pastel or pen and ink and so on, there are lots of classes already on the website. So I'm hoping they can keep you busy. Not now, but in the future I am hoping to get guest artists in to maybe come give you some watercolor and pastel classes and so on. But that's still way out in the future. It's just an idea in the back of my head. So I can't promise it to you soon, but I am hoping to do that in the future. All right, so let's make sure. I'm just making sure that I'm telling you everything I need to tell you. Then in the survey I asked you, do you want classes and do you want courses? Which one do you prefer? And it was a clear winner. A clear winner. Again, 2/3 said you wanted courses versus classes. For me, I think that's showing that people are maturing in their art. We want more than just the basics nowadays. We know the basics in general, and we want to learn a bit deeper. So I think that's why the courses came out trumps on that one. So I am going to be working on more courses. Traditionally, I've only really released a course on Black Friday. And they have always been super popular. This whole studio upgrade and revamp has been done just on the painting dogs course that I did over November and December. So yeah, thank you for your support on that one. So I'm going to be working on more courses, but they are obviously a lot more intensive because I have to make lots of little videos going into lots of more intricate details than you would with a class. So along with the courses, I'm hoping to be able to do 2 to 3 courses per year. That's literally how long they take, because an hour's worth of course class can easily take a whole day's worth of editing, filming, editing, retaking, and then before you've got an hour's worth of video that can go into the course. So I will still have to do the classes, otherwise you're not going to get any stuff out of me. You're going to think, oh, this guy's doing nothing at home, which is not the case. So I'll be doing still classes in between. I'll be doing classes every month in the oil, acrylic, and the pencil, as I explained earlier. Because then I sort of sit down and I do one project and it takes me 2 to 3 hours. There's minimal editing on the back end to get these guys out. So it's easy for me to do classes, and I think that's why we have such a big volume of classes and a relatively small amount of courses. For that reason, it's been easy for us to get the classes out, boom, 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 boom. So I'll still be going boom, boom, boom with the classes, but I'll be working on the courses in the meantime. So I asked you, how long are your average painting sessions? And most people said between 1 and 3 hours. And then, let's see, what was that percentage there? 30% said your average painting session is an hour, and half, 50%, said between 1 and 3 hours. So at this stage, I think the class length is still good. It still fits in roughly with the length of time you have to spend at a time. So I'm happy with that. I did also ask, do you want me to show every single brush stroke, or must I explain and show a technique and a section of the painting, and then the monkey work to get that section done, must I speed that up? And 35% said you wanted every brush stroke, and 49% said I must speed up those little monkey work bits in between. And again, that sort of shows me that we're living in a fast-paced society. In a few years ago, when we sort of first started these classes, I posed the same question, and 80 to 90% said you want to see every single brush stroke. Don't cut out a single thing. So it shows me we're living in a fast-paced society, and people are now getting a lot more art experience. A few people are absolute beginners anymore. We want to see the thing and then get on with it. We've got the confidence to show me the technique. I can get on with it from there. I'm okay. You don't need to hold my hand with every single brush stroke. So what I'm going to do with the future classes is I'm going to do just that. I'm going to explain the technique, and when there's a piece that it's sort of when I've done explaining and I just need to do it, I haven't got nothing else to say, I'm going to speed those little bits up. I will still show every brush stroke though, so that you can take the video, slow it down if you need to, and then you can see it at normal speed, if that makes sense. So if you want to rush through it, it will be sped up. If you want to see everything, you can just slow it down and you'll still be able to see every brush stroke. Then I asked, are you interested in selling your art? And I got a good mixed reaction on that, because I asked, do you want to earn a living from it, or do you just want to sell on the sideline, or aren't you interested? You just want to paint for the fun, you don't care about selling your stuff. So those that were interested in doing it for a living, and those that were interested in just selling on the sideline so that your hobby can pay for itself, was 55%. So 45% of you weren't interested in selling your artworks, and that's fine. I know a lot of us do it just as a hobby, because we enjoy it, to relax, and that's fine. I've got no problem with that. The 55%, however, that do want to sell your artworks, I've got something just for you. So you'll be excited to know what I've got in mind there. I'm going to sort of expand on that in a few minutes. So I asked for suggestions on how can I improve the paint basket. What do you want from me to make the paint basket more interactive, more fun, and also asked you for class suggestions. I got a ton of class suggestions, enough for me to continue for another 10 years giving a class every single day. So what I'm going to do with them is I will see the more you have requested it, the higher up on the list they're going to go. But I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to set up a little place on our new system where you can request a class and then other people can vote for it, so that the ones that you want the most end up at the top, and I can work on those, so that I'll make sure I'm doing the classes and the courses that you are most interested in. So for the suggestions to improve, I got some that I've already, some of those suggestions I have already now implemented. I do want to just chat about one or two. The one was, people were saying that they're battling to reset their passwords at Paint Basket, on the Paint Basket website. I have since implemented a new system about how it sends out the emails, because I found that what happened was your internet service provider blocks my password reset emails, so it never even reaches you. For some reason they see it as spam. So I have set it up so that it now runs those kind of emails run through my autoresponder, my MailChimp account. So the delivery of that has now dramatically improved. So I find the guys are being able to reset their passwords again. So if you were affected by that, just head over and do a password reset again. It should work fine now. But if it doesn't, just contact me through the contact form on the website, and then I'll set you a temporary password from my side. It's not a problem. Don't be shy. I'm here to help. I've also created a help page on the Paint Basket website. Online Art Lessons already has a help page. So Paint Basket now has a help page with common little issues that you battle with. So all those questions are answered. So you'll see at the top of the website in the menu there is a help menu option now. So if you're having hassles with something, maybe the video isn't playing or something like that, you can go to the help and you'll see a list of all the things that you can try to sort things out from your side. And if that still doesn't work, you just contact me through the website. I'm here to help. The other suggestion I got was live classes. You said you were missing the live classes. And I understand that you're missing the live classes. They were great fun, weren't they? In the beginning, when we first started these classes, they were all live. And in that process, we sort of ran into several problems. The first one was because all the classes were live and we started sort of from as though you know nothing, and then the classes built onto each other for quite a period of time, and then obviously, you knew the basics, so we could do all sorts of things. We found that new people that joined felt they couldn't join the live classes until they'd done all the previous ones. And because we were doing a new live class every single week, you just simply never caught up. So we found that the new guys didn't want to climb into the live classes because they felt they couldn't. And then obviously people drift off, they lose interest or they change interest, maybe they want to do something different. So the guys that were doing the existing classes gradually wandered off. So we were getting less and less people doing the live classes, attending it. So it became less profitable for us. And I think that was probably half our fault because we didn't educate the new guys that you can hop in. And we also made maybe too much of a deal of the classes build on each other. So I think that was a marketing mistake from our part as well. But that's fine. I am going to do live classes again, but I'm going to do it a bit differently this time. Instead of doing one whole class, we'll choose a project and then we'll work on that project together. So we'll work on it for, let's say, an hour or an hour and a half. And then we'll stop, whether we've finished with it or not. And then we'll come back again next week and continue. So that way we have little projects. They sort of start and stop. And the new guys will be able to hop in. Old experienced artists will be able to hop in. It's all fine because they're all individual projects that we're working on like that. The second issue we found, was obviously that because we had live classes, we had at that stage, Dennis had a live class and I had a live class. So there were 2 live classes every week. It meant that neither myself and we were both needed to do the classes. So it felt neither Dennis or myself could actually take a break. We both had to be there every single week. So we were never able to go on holiday at that stage. So that was another one of the reasons why we sort of scaled back and went more to the pre-recorded classes. With the new studio I have now, we've got it so that I can do classes with 4 cameras all on my own without any help, so that's not a problem anymore. And I think with us doing the project thingy, we could do a project. Maybe if I need to, or if I want to go on holiday or whatever, then I can take those 2 or 3 weeks off, and it's not a problem, because these are just additional live classes over and above the normal classes that I'm presenting, like the pre-recorded classes and the courses. So them I can still go ahead and I can record them in advance, and they can still release while I'm on holiday. And they will just have a break from the live classes at that time. So hopefully that'll allow us to do the live classes. I also found with the live classes, we all live in different time zones. So if we're doing the classes at this time, it's too early for some and it's too late for others, and it's just perfect for the others. So what I'd like to do with the live classes, and some I'll do earlier for me and later for me, so that it's a better time for some, and these classes will be a better for others. So hopefully I can keep more people happy with the live classes, because they are fun and we do all enjoy them. So I think I'll leave it at that. There's lots of new. Oh no, there's one more very important thing that I need to tell you about, and that is I've implemented a whole new pricing structure on both the Paint Basket and on online art lessons. With it being just me in the business, I've sort of you supporting me. It's not a whole business as such anymore. Even though I'm still a business, I'm still the Paint Basket. Whatever you supporting is you supporting me and my family. So on online art lessons, we're not really calling it a membership anymore. I'm calling it you're becoming a patron of my art, and you're helping me to help you, in other words. And the same with the Paint Basket. When you buy a class, you're helping me to help you, because now you're providing me with the money that I need to be able to do this for a full-time living and create more classes that will help you. So I've got tons of classes now. Between my classes and Dennis's classes, there are tons of them. There are literally hundreds. So I've drastically brought down the prices. I don't need to make so much money per class anymore. So I've brought down those prices dramatically. So if you're a Paint Basket member, head over to Paint Basket and go and take a look. You're going to be very happy. Very happy. If you're at online art lessons, go and take a look at the new pricing structure that I've got over there. Because I've got 3 new pricings levels, sort of, you could call it. So level 1 gives you access to all the classes for as long as you remain a member. All the HD classes, all our newer classes. So there's more than 250 of them over there. The next level gives you access to all our older classes, which were filmed before we were doing the HD classes. And then the third level is for the 55% of you that said you want to know how to sell your art. So on each level, you'll always get access to the new classes that I'm adding, because they'll all be HD, and you'll also be getting access to the live classes. Unfortunately, the Paint Basket guys, there's no way, because I'm working in little bits of projects every week. I'm not doing one full-on class at a time. The Paint Basket guys will not get access to the live classes. If you want access to the live, you'll have to come over to online art lessons. It's very affordable. Go and take a look, and maybe well worth your while. So you'll get access to all of that. The guys that want to learn how to sell your artwork and stuff, I've taken my course that took me a year to put together, the How to Sell Your Art course. You're going to get access to that over there. Plus, I'm going to be creating extra videos and extra Q&A sessions for those of us that are selling our artworks, so that we can learn from each other. And I'll be adding courses and stuff specifically on how to sell your artwork. So it's going to become a massive resource for us artists that want to make bucks from our art. So it's really exciting. Go and take a look at that new pricing structure. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think I'll leave this newsletter at that. Hope you like this off the cuff. It's new for me, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. So look out. I'm going to give you a nice tour of the studio in a separate video. I'll see you next time.